past. When life moves so fast, I'd never ask who was better. Hello. How is everybody doing? Thank you. Y'all really like that intro. I think that's Billie Eilish. She gets y'all every time. Thank y'all for being here. Happy to talk to y'all about this episode because we got to soak it up. It's almost over. We got 30 minutes. And they gave us only 30 minutes. But welcome. Hit the like button. Get on down in the chat and do what you're supposed to do. Ashley, are you ready to get into the testaments? Are you muted, Ashley?
Maybe I am. Am I better now? I said I absolutely am ready to get into testaments because I've got some additional things to get off my chest since the people were in outrage that I said what I said about Becca. So yeah, I'm absolutely ready to get into it and talk about all of the things. Also, this episode made me cry, Tyra. So I'm ready to get into it. They hurt my feelings. My babies hurt my feelings.
My sensitivities. It's not just us, yo. It's not just us, though. It's not just us. We always love when we can have the male perspective and opinion, and the Bishop Magic Dom one is here to give it to us. Don, are you ready to get into the testaments?
What's up? Yeah, I finally fought through the last season of June in Handmaid's Tale, so I could jump over to the Testament. So I'm all caught up. So yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready to get into it.
Well, I mean, Dom, since you're all new here, we might as well start with you and your overall thoughts. Since you just binged and got caught up, what are you thinking about the show?
I like the show. I was nervous about a spinoff. This is really just a sequel series. It's just really just a continuation of The Handmaid's Tale. But I like it. I like the different perspective. I like taking it from the young women's point of view and the expansion of this world and getting to know more nooks and crannies. I like it. I like all the kids. It's very hard to find good young actors, but this show does the best it can, and I'm appreciative. This little girl right here, she plays weird way too well. But other than that, absolutely. Yeah. But I'm liking the show. It's good for me. It's not nearly as draining yet as it has Handmaid's Tale was.
Absolutely. Ashley, before you cuss out whoever left those comments underneath your video, what did you think about this episode?
Cuss? Now, Tyra, when have you heard me say real cuss words?
No, it's gonna be nice nasty. You're not gonna use the curse word, but I know what you mean, okay?
Overall, no, this was a great episode. My only issue with it is that it was only 30 minutes. You have 30, like you said, you have 30 minutes, you only have 30 minutes. And I think I wanted more. I wanted us to get into By His Hand. I need Dentist Grove on the wall. I needed it yesterday. But no, this was a great episode. I think this also reframed and kind of reset the series for me, because it is easy to watch this just as the lens is these are people, fully, actualized and understanding. I think this episode really puts it into perspective that these are babies. These are kids. The conversation with Shu and Daisy. So his rod, swim upstream. You've got to be kidding me. Like, I thought it was great for that. I also really, really enjoyed Agnes, Hannah, and Hulda's interaction. I thought that was beautiful work between the two of these girls. Even though I wanted to really wring Agnes's neck in the moment, I had to step back and say, these are kids. This is an untenable situation. We don't understand it. But my heart broke for Hulda. Hulda taking this in and being the brave soldier that we knew she was going to be, but getting no backing in the moment broke me down, because it's like, this is art imitating life, not just in Gilead, but right now in America in 2026, there are people who are abused, who tell their story and are told to shut the hell up. That didn't happen. You seduced him, X, Y, or Z. I just thought for that reason, it was so impactful and so important. I want all the young girls to watch the show, Tyra. I really, really do. But overall, great episode.
Now, the 30 minutes kind of pissed me off, but I didn't feel cheated, okay? I didn't feel smited. The episode still filled me up. I was full. There was still plenty to talk about. But givers are just desserts where we need them, okay? You're going to leave and be gone to Never Never Land, and then we're going to have to wait and be patient. The least you could do is come here and give me my full 40 to 45 minutes, please, okay? But was good. It was good. I too felt all sad about my girl. Don't ever say we don't be on the money with these predictions. We don't have access. I don't have to go as hard. Okay, we don't get all of them good checks like that. Okay, but we be coming through with the predictions because I knew that they was gonna take my girl through there. I knew it, and I knew that Agnes was gonna be a traitor. But we're gonna talk about that. I can't wait to get into it. But this episode was fabulous. Did I cry? No. Was I feeling a little warmth? All about the girls. Yeah, because this is messed up. This is reflective of everyday society, unfortunately. But I didn't shed a thug tear. Not yet. They might get me in the last episode though, because I feel like it's gonna be bad. But starting here, well, we need to go ahead and start because, yeah, calla lilies. I want the calla lilies, heifer. Don't question me in front of my man. Don't question me in front of Commander Weston. I'm about to be Mrs. Weston, and if I'm gonna get any joy out of this, it's gonna be bringing you hell. I don't want them. Damn. I said, okay, find your kicks where you can get them because we start with these damn nightmares. I said, oh my goodness, this is terrible. This is terrible. I was hoping, unfortunately, the moment that it was like, oh, Garth is pretty much off the table, we didn't have to slip off into flights of fantasy anymore. Because if she over there, that means she ain't grown yet, and she don't believe that fat meat is greasy. Because we're still dreaming about Garth. I was like, oh my god, Garth is the only one slanging all through the Gilead. Ain't nobody else nowhere. It's just Garth or bus. You can't even have him in your dreams. Becca's there. These dreams are turning into nightmares, especially over there with Hulda. When Hulda and the dentist showed up, I said, I'm just wake up. Just get all the way up. But she's completely indecisive. It's just like, you know what? I don't know where we should get married. I don't like these flavor of cakes. I'm not for the venues or the flowers. I just really don't give a damn. I don't want this man. But surprisingly, but not really, Commander Weston is just full of glee. Because, girl, are you having a good time? I want you to be happy. I want this to be enjoyable for you. I'm really looking forward to our future together. I said, tell them lies while you walking out the door, old man, old slave master. We don't do that. Don't do that. We know that you are pretending. We looked at your file, honey, and it said that you be knocking heads between the washer and dryer, Commander Weston. You're waiting to get her out and alone, make her feel some type of secure. And then you're going to bring down the hammer. I mean, we love to see him spit in Paula's face every time she tries to take control over the conversation in the shift. Well, actually, Hef, I'm not here to see you. I'm not here to marry you. I am here for Agnes. I could care less what you want. I'm here for her. But we can't have any good synergy here, not just about Garth and Becca. But yeah, she told me last episode that I was a docile horse. I said, You said you trying to break me like some old buck. No, we can't smile with this. But Ashley, how did you feel about the way that Commander Weston was rolling up? Because he wants the best for her in their future.
We knew everything's well, the way he had steam down in that basement in underground. I will never forget it. And strung her son up the next day after he had drank pot liquor out her boots, Tyra. You see him on the screen, you know immediately he can't be trusted. It was like, baby, it's not Paula's day. It's your day, queen. What you want, queen? Anything. The cake is the flowers, baby. You choose. You got the power and the deed. Listen, I'm going to be your man. I'm going to be that knight in shining armor until I beat the brakes off of you. And I hate it because I think it is so representative of how people groom people, right? Or like when we see all of those Lifetime movies back in the day where the man's gonna knock her block off her shoulders every single time. It starts out, baby, let me take you on a shopping spree. You're so beautiful. Girl, I can't wait to live my life with you, baby. It's your day. It's your choice. Like, pick what you want, what color you like. And so I really, in the moment, was very much aggravated. And then Paula, we already know what you said, he likes to break in horses. I know exactly who Weston is, and I'm going to give him to you. Even though I was a therapist in my former life, Paula is a demon, like I said in the very beginning. And the people who, I still question the people who tried to give her grace. Because y'all sat up in that comment section and said, oh, Paula really cared. She just wants her to have the best match possible. And I just can't wrap my head around it. This is a whole demon. I really wanted Commander Weston to slap her, but we weren't going to see that. She's going to ease on down. The sooner we get out of her grasp, I think the better, but I fear she's going from the frying pan literally into the fire with Weston. There's no safe place for a girl child in Gilead. And I hate that. I hate that for all of these babies.
Dom, are we gonna slap Agnes across the room or not?
Oh yeah, it's coming, and I can't. I don't want to say I can't wait, but it's going to be the idea of grooming and the switch that happens is hard to pull off because a lot of times when we see it, it's like you fell for that. Um, but this when you realize Agnes's age and her upbringing, and then she meets this man, you can see how she can be lulled into a false sense of security. Because even now, even in the beginning, she's still apprehensive, but I can see it. I'm like, her defense is gonna break, and as soon as them walls come down, that's when that hand gonna come out and that backhand gonna come across her face, and it's gonna be interesting to watch how she reacts to it. And it's funny, especially since I just finished binging Handmaid's Tale, and then jumping right into this. Agnes slash Hannah, her dynamic with this commander makes a lot more sense, and I appreciate this version of storytelling because I just got off the boat with Serena being stupid because Agnes is a child. And so she grew up in Gilead. All she knows is Gilead, so she doesn't know that there are no good commanders. You can't be a commander and be a good person. That doesn't work. And so I appreciate watching this because Serena was like, "How did you not know that this man you married was evil? All of these men are evil." And it's like, but this dynamic makes a lot more sense. This mom is weird. She's a weird lady. Um, she's just a weird lady, and but she's the constant reminder that I think the show needs to remind us that Gilead is like a decade old. Like Gilead not that old, and so like the essence of like her from before times to now and seeing the switch is like these people are evil. These people are actual evil, but that's the beauty of the show, and I think that's the part of the show that goes over a lot of people's heads. Is like the show is telling you how you can be comfortable and how you can be easily led into a world of oppression and fascism because these people seem like people until they aren't. And the way the show depicts that is really well. So I'm on time. I'm having a good time.
I was here for it. Just don't give me the false sense of security line up in here just for you to treat me like some old Jezebel worker later. Look here, sir. We already know what this is. This is all the same. I just don't like the checks and balances. At least in Handmaids, they made it seem like the wife was worlds apart from the handmaids or the children. Like, no, we're all just one and the same. All of these women are being treated exactly the same. There is no hierarchy. It's just different colors and garb. It's terrible. If I got on green, I expect to be treated a certain way. But in the sense of there's no good commanders in Gilead, I was hoping, like a fool, that we had at least one. Oh, why, man? Why you gotta keep disappointing me, Commander McKenzie? Are you useless after all? Did they build something around you to make it seem like you were an ally? You were gonna be there, and you're just actually useless. We felt it down at the ball, and it's just like, didn't you feel the knee jerk all on Agnes? Don't you feel your daughter? Don't you wanna? No, I'm gonna sneak off and ask Daisy how she's doing because I can't speak to her directly. We're gonna be in the back seat of the car on the way home, and I'm not gonna talk about anything. I'm not gonna inquire. I'm just gonna talk about Paul and how proud that she would be. But I asked you out of my mouth. It's really hard. I really enjoy how the most like insignificant things are like gigantic steps for them. So for her to open her mouth and ask, "So Daddy, what do you think about Commander Weston? Do you feel like he's a good guy? Do you like him?" Speak up. We can't hear you, Commander McKenzie. I mean, yeah, it's given it's a good man, Savannah. We all know what it's like when you're a good man, Savannah. You're not actually a good man, but even if he's not, I'm not going to say and do anything about it. If I say that and your automatic response is, "Oh my God, no, you're in great hands. He's a wonderful man." No, I mean, you girls are just so young. What? So what you're telling me is you're not ready for what's about to impact you. I'm not going to answer any direct questions, but I am going to say let's redirect it to Paula because, girl, she couldn't be more excited. The wedding preparations is going to be so beautiful. Paula's going to be so proud. She even has a handmaid coming down. She can't wait to give you the boot to get some real fresh white tea children in there. Not you with your, what would she call her? Just what does she call
Her bad jeans.
ghetto
Yeah,
jeans? Her bad jeans.
weak
Not none of them
jeans.
kids in here with bad jeans. These good blue jeans, these good Sydney Sweeney jeans, okay? I'm gonna get them kids down here in our Gilead doors. I can't wait to give you the boot out of there with that commander, and then we're gonna gain some access. That's why we picked him in particularly. But I don't want you to stay here, girl. You're out. In with the new. I was like, that's all you have to say to her. That's it. You're a disappointment, Commander McKenzie. I mean, did we drop the whole plot with Japan and him going over there? I thought he might be trying to make a way for the people. I say no, you're just sorry, and we had our hopes up for nothing. All hope is lost for all the men in Gilead. Dom, did you think that Commander McKenzie would do anything?
No, because there are no good commanders. You can't do it.
Well, okay, well, no, there aren't any like 100% good commanders, but there
No,
are some that are indifferent. Some who try to play both sides,
no,
where you can
no, no,
some.
no. The only commanders, there are only two types of commanders. There are commanders that are power hungry, aggressive commanders, and there are sniveling, useless, whiny commanders who just pick the right side. They had a useful skill, they picked the right side, and now they're just riding the coattails. Those are the only two commanders that exist, but neither of them are good people, and neither of them are going to stick their neck out to help anybody, especially a woman. It's not finna happen. Bradley Whitford was the closest we got, and he was still a bad person. Like it was that was so. There's no good commanders. I did not think that he was ever going to do anything honorable or even acknowledgeable. Like he's like he looked like Peter Pettigrew. So I'm expecting him to be a rat. And the Japan thing, I wish that would get explored more, just because I like the political maneuvering aspect of this world. So I like the way the idea that this country has to figure out a way to coexist and try and be dominant on the world stage while hiding the atrocities that it's doing. It's like a first world country trying to behave like a third world country is very interesting to me. But it always takes a backseat to like the personal stuff, which is fine because that's the show. But that's the stuff I want. I want a whole episode about what he's going to do, how he's getting in Japan. That's what I want. Just give me a little special in between seasons of like him in Japan trying to negotiate with the prime minister. That's all I need. But
I mean,
no, he just gonna sit there. And even when he was talking to her, he was saying that when she asked him about the boy, she was like, "Yeah, your mom thinks he's a good." Like he's just sitting there, not running his house. He's just sitting there collecting a check and drinking scotch and trying not to be on the wall. That's all he's doing. That woman run that house, and that's what's gonna happen.
Ashley, did you expect anything from Commander McKenzie?
Yes, and I have not lost hope. I have not lost hope yet, because here's the thing. You can't give us the picture that we got in original Gilead in The Handmaid's Tale and then leave us out here somewhere. We're going to have a surprise by the end of the season that someone in power is a part of Mayday. There's just no way that it cannot be that. So I'm holding out a little tinge, a teensy bits or something over here, because you can't do this. They have been slow rolling him out to us that he really cares about his daughter since I think episode 2, right? When he talks to Daisy and he's like, so is she happy? Is she okay? I just, is this really the right thing? Like, we've seen him, they're not showing that to us for nothing, right? It can't be for naught. So I am still holding out hope that there is a piece of something, a tinge of something somewhere in him that is going to do something. And Dom, I beg to differ. I feel like Commander Lawrence, once his wife passed, he did build an affection for One-Eyed Jane's baby girl, and he was helping June with whatever. All I needed this season is for somebody to care enough about one of these girls to say, I'm doing something on the other side. We haven't seen that. And I don't know.
Oh, dang.
Ashley, did you cut that mic off again?
I probably did. I said, did the war like extinguish revolution in Gilead? Because this is problematic. I need someone will be revealed by the end of the season. But as far as this conversation, I think it's heartbreaking. I think the one person you look for, or most girls who have fathers in their lives look for protection and security and like, am I going to be okay? And he couldn't even give it to her. I think this is kind of that prime like statement that evil prospers when good men do nothing, because inherently is he bad? I mean, but he's standing by and he's watching atrocities. He's really offered his daughter on the altar of Gilead to be a part of this, so we can't call him good, unfortunately. But I am hoping he will have a good moment by the end of this season, so keep hope alive. As far as the handmaid coming in for Paula, I rue the day. She does not need to raise anything. She does not need to raise a blanket. She doesn't need to raise a curtain, a blind. She does, let alone a baby. I don't want to see that ever in life.
I don't know, Ashley. We should have known. The moment when those stakes were all high in Gilead and it was like, well, is Hannah Banana okay? Well, oh no. She's with such and such and his wife. She couldn't be in more capable hands. Your daughter's safe. Your baby's safe as long as my baby's safe. But yeah, that was coming from Serena Joy, and her standards were in hell as far as what safety and security was. And the fact that what last episode when we did the docile and the breaking of a horse and the buck and all of that, all of those barnyard analogies that she liked to sneak in, all of the microaggressions, he's conveniently never around. And I think from the moment, I think was it the first episode where she walked into the office and it was all of the predator and the prey type scenario, and she sat down below and it was like, Daddy, are you proud of me? I was like, why did we ever have hope? You've been despicable this entire time. We just wanted somebody to come save our girl. But I don't have any faith in him at all. At all. It's terrible.
Let's see.
I asked you a direct question. Well, Paul is excited. I ain't asked you about that heifer, and you know she don't like me. Why you bring her up? But leaving this here, because this is the hot topic. Baby, y'all mad, ain't y'all? Why y'all mad at Becca? Why y'all mad at Becca though? Child, the comments have been real hyped about Miss Garth.
Like Becca. What you talking about? They like Becca. I'm the one who don't like Becca.
No. Some people are divided just about her behavior in this episode. They feel like she went too hard.
She was nasty.
I didn't. Okay,
It was understandable.
we already knew. We already knew what it was. Okay, we knew what it was. We were making our announcements, but for the most part, the girls know who they're tied to. And yes, I chose Garth. Okay. Now, all the awkward tension. Shunamite's like, what's going on, ladies? This is supposed to be the best day of your lives. Well, why the beef? It's like, well, yeah, I chose Garth. My parents gave me the choice, and I chose him. Well, who's going to send out those invitations? Me. I'm going to send out my invitations first because, yeah, I'm marrying Garth. Does your little Pearl, your little stank Pearl girl have to sit with us all the time? But she has to follow us everywhere. I'm sick of it. The moment that Agnes walked her ass up last episode and said, oh my God, like, it's okay. I'm not mad at you. It's fine. I know you didn't have a choice in the matter, but can you just like leave your own sanity, your body, and your worth on the ground and marry old Dusty Maddox so he can have you drunk and belligerent weighing that thing out? And I can just fantasize of what could never be with Garth. Girl, don't pick yourself. Choose me. Choose our friendship, because that's the love of my life. You can't marry him. Girl, what the hell you think this is? You can't spew that out and then low-key try to ice me out a little bit with Daisy. It's not personal. All of these girls are girls, and it's reactionary. I feel like Becca was given the same energy that she received. The friendship has been long gone by the wayside. At first, she felt like Becca was just rejecting all that they were been prepping for, and you need to grow up, and we want husbands. We want to be wives. We want kids, right? What's going on with you? And now you're marrying the love of my life, and you're making it awkward. You're making it tense. You don't wish me well. You're not happy in my journey. You're mad at me, and there's an elephant in the room. So if you want to play, let's play. Girl, you coming to my engagement party or no? You coming on down to the big house or no? Because I'm marrying that man. If you want to get mad at me because I chose myself, you're the one that needs to grow up. Because I don't care what was happening. Even if it wasn't Becca, it was never going to be you, Miss Upper Echelon. You were going to be with the higher commander. And we know Garth ain't got a damn thing. Ashley, why were you feeling a way about Becca's behavior?
It's about her behavior, y'all, first of all. And that's the other thing. I need y'all to listen and hear what I actually say, okay? Because what I never said was that I faulted Becca for being with Garth. I even got on Agnes' head top last week in my upload and said, Heffa, you're out of control. You can't mandate what this girl is going to marry. She doesn't even have her own choice. And even if she did, she needs a viable candidate. That, again, it was never going to be you. That's never been my issue with Becca. And I haven't liked Becca since day one. And again, the other thing I'm saying is that all of these girls are victims. All of these girls are victims in some capacity. We just happen to know her story a little bit better, right? She is repressed. She is a lesbian. She is in love with this best friend. I think my biggest qualm with the whole dynamic is that I've never believed their friendship. Out of all of the friendships of these young girls that we've seen, you could not sell it to me that Becca and Agnes were the closest. I'd say maybe Shunamite and Hulda. I'd say maybe even Hulda and Agnes. But as far as friendships, Becca has always had a mealy-mouthed, weird image this entire time. And she's always been on my hit list. Does that deny that she is going through everything? No. No. I don't take that away for her, but I think multiple things can be true. I think she can be a victim. I think she can be repressed. And I think she can also be nasty. I really feel like
Yeah.
that's not your little friend. Like would be a girl that my mom that I would bring home to play, and my mom would be like, "That's not your friend." That's how I honestly feel. You may have wanted Agnes and think you're in infatuation with her, but I don't think that's her friend. Agnes literally last episode said, I'm in love. I love him. Like, as much as I know what love is, I love him. You get the option. You know you're going to choose him. You know you have to. But you don't have to sit at this table and be like, yeah, and I chose him. Yes, and my colors are this. And yes, I'm going to do this. Yes, I'm going to do this. Be broken. Be bad. That doesn't absolve you from causing harm or hurt to your friend. Like, y'all are never going to make me believe that. And it's not about her being, y'all done said I hate lesbians. Y'all done said that, oh, she's a child. Ugh. Y'all must be new here. Anybody can get that work from me. You can be a 5-year-old demon. Have y'all not watched the Good Seed or the Bad Seed? Have y'all not watched The Omen? Have y'all not seen Damien? It is possible to be abused, traumatized, and still be a monster. I'm not saying Becca's a monster. I did call her a demon in my video. Maybe I'll take back demon, right? But at the very least, an imp on her own way. This is not your little friend. And I just don't believe it. But congratulations to her. Choose Garth. Never had an issue with it. My full issue with is if that was your really friend, you would do the least amount of harm possible, which maybe would be, let me call her to the side before they do this public announcement and say, hey, I chose Garth. It is what it is. I'm so sorry. I know how you felt. This is my only option. But no, you flaunted it and you were sassy about it, smug. And then on the other side of that, the one hoe in Gilead that knows your secret, you want to kick her out. This is a whites only table. Becca, please. Y'all not going to make me believe it. And I said what I said, and I'm not taking it back. Before I take it back, I'll add more to it. I promise.
But actually, are you considering the way that Agnes behaved before, though, at all?
Yeah, I got on her head top last week. Everybody can get this work, Tyra. I got on her ass this episode too for putting Hulda out there to be by herself. Again, impossible situations. These are kids. This is Gilead, but everybody can get this work. These are fictional characters in my world that I'm immersing myself in, and I can cuss anybody out I want to.
Who said you hate lesbians? What is...
They done said all manner of evil in my comments.
No, I understand both sides. I'm not mad at either one. I feel sorry for the both of them, but Becca is giving you don't wish me well moving forward in my journey and our friendship is lost. Let me just get with the program and act accordingly. Dom, how did you feel about Becca in this situation?
I felt like to Ashley's point, just to a sliver of it, because me and Ashley are not on the same side of this, but a sliver of Ashley's point is that I feel like they dropped us into their relationship after the change, right? So they're on the cusp of puberty, they're on the cusp of womanhood. Both of them get their periods on the show, and so I think as they develop, I think that's when the affection for them diverged and manifests differently. And so Becca, as she got older and as she's starting to feel herself, she's starting to feel these feelings and this affection for Agnes that's turning romantic. And that's manifesting itself in toxic ways because she doesn't have a stable environment to process these emotions. But also at the same time, I know it's like, yeah, they're kids and they can still get it, but at the same time, the behavior as kids them being children, them being teenagers has to be in the context, because that's the whole framework of the show, is that they're being put in positions that they shouldn't be in because they're children. And it's like, as a teenager should not be on the cusp of getting married and having to make all these decisions and figure out their own woman, them being a woman, and having to repress a very significant part of themselves. That's going to come out in all kinds of crazy ways. But my thing is, Becca, for the entirety of this show, has said that she not for this pomp and circumstance. She don't care about getting married. She don't care about the dresses. She don't care about none of this. And Agnes, I'm gonna use her slave name when she acting up. But Agnes has been understandably so because this is Gilead and this is the baseline of what we're supposed to be accepting. But Agnes is like, what are you talking about? This is the greatest thing. This is what we're coming on to. This is what we've been working towards and waiting on. And Becca's like, I don't care. And she's always been shunned for it. You know what I'm saying? Agnes is always giving her the side eye when she's like, I don't care about the dress. I really don't want to do this. I want to run away. Like, I'm telling you how I feel, and it's not being reciprocated. And now we dancing in your bedroom, and I want to do other stuff. And so if you gonna throw all of this pomp and circumstance and this debutante ball in my face, well, all right, I'm gonna step in it, but I'm gonna step in it sarcastically. You want me to be excited about it? Cool, I picked the man. Cool, you want me to be excited about it? Cool, I picked the date. You want me to be excited about it? I got you. And I'm gonna do it sarcastically because I'm being petty. And it's just Becca being petty. And Agnes is being a bad friend, and so is Becca. But to me, I don't think that it's so crazy to think that they were never friends. To me, this seems like they were the best of friends. Friends in elementary school who hit puberty and diverged down very different ways. This is a very understandable way for it to manifest, especially if it's like, I like you and you don't like me like that. And I can't even tell you I like you like that. I can't even tell myself for real I like you like that. That is going to manifest itself in a lot of destructive ways. And it's because really Becca got one sly comment away from being in the colonies. Like she be talking crazy to Agnes about this wedding and about her husband and about running away. She got one more time to say she's running away and she's gonna go away. And so I got all the time and patience for Becca because to me she's just a teenager in an adult space.
I just feel like it's interesting. Nobody got an issue when everybody got something to say about Jehoshaphat. And all of these girls are in an impossible situation. And we've sat here and talked about each and every one of them, but Becca's the one y'all want to run and come and rescue. I just think it's interesting. I'm just going to say it right now.
I'll say it because I think part of it, from a viewership standpoint, I think part of the viewership is almost accepting the Gilead point of view. Because if you think about it, if you zoom out and think about it for real, Becca is the only one acting normal because this is not a normal situation. This is not how things should go. And I'm instinctively rebelling against that. So Becca's instinctively rebelling against the paradigm that we've set. Everybody else is just going on and get along. And the populace, the people watching, are siding with the people going along to get along. Yeah, I'm siding with the rebel. I'm siding with the person that looks left, right, and be like, I don't like none of this. And I'm going to say it because I don't like none of this.
I'm siding with the one who's not been a selfish gaslighter. That's what I'm siding with. As much as I love Agnes is selfish as hell, and she gaslights. Like she's flawed, which is fine, but that's what I'm siding with. It's just been so many times at this point, in spite of how Becca feels for her, she still shows up for Agnes as much as she can. And we haven't had that same exchange from Agnes on the side. The most emotion that we got from Agnes was, you can't marry him. That's my man. Like, girl, what about my cries for help before? Aren't I your best friend? That ain't your friend? Did you call me your bestie first episode? We didn't get that. And any other time, it's just to chastise me because, yeah, you're not going along with the process. Now, we do know that it runs deeper than that because your father did X, Y, and Z. But unfortunately, Becca doesn't know about that. So I just can go off of what I'm receiving. And I haven't been receiving much of anything. I'm just saying, let's move on, child. She's a selfish little thing, honey.
And they're supposed to be. And Agnes got that work too, because she was awful to Hulda to me this episode.
Getting into her being selfish, child. Like, I knew it. Why, Hulda? She was so happy. She was cheesing like a Cheshire cat last episode. I say, oh, as excited as I am for this, we know that once you ring that bell, we have to go take a visit to Dr. Grove's office. I say he's going to try it. I would really love to know how he decides the stakes and who he wants to put to sleep and do X, Y, and Z, and who he wants to be suggested with while they're alive and awake, because you did something with her hand. We know what it was, but it's like, well, yeah, I can really do whatever I want because there's the expectation of them not saying anything. I had a feeling where Agnes was going to fall because at this point in episode 8, she still hasn't confronted what happened to her. We've just been going along to get along. We haven't told anybody about it. We haven't even seen her like internally, like, it's just kind of, it happened and I have to act like it didn't. So when it came to this and we confessed, I was like, oh, Hulda said, I'm going to hell. I'm going to hell. This is my cross, my burden, everything to bear. I tempted him. These are the disgusting narratives that they've been feeding us here this entire time. And I know it to be true. I can't be anybody's wife. Like, I'm tainted. I'm a sinner. It's like, well, no, this isn't okay. This is wrong. You have to go tell an aunt. I said, oh, I said, I knew she was going to say it, but I didn't like to hear her say it. It was the gaslighting. She turned into a Paula. She turned into a aunt. She turned into those adults that she's mirroring. We're going to soak everything in religion and faith and act like it's your civic duty to go report this. I want you to report it, though, because at the moment, I don't have the strength to do so. And I've been trying to ignore this entire time, act like it didn't happen, but it's still very much so bothering me that he's still out there. And now that there's confirmation that it's not just me, it's happening to someone else, I still don't want to stand next to it. I want you to do what I can't. And I'm going to tell you what I think you need to hear for you to go do it. I say, oh, Agnes. Don't piss me off, Agnes. I love you, Agnes. Don't piss me off. I just kept reminding myself, these are children. These are children. This is learned behavior. These are children. You cannot be mad at Agnes. But we just saw, her be a reflection of Gilead. But once we get in the hall, I was like, why is Vidala there? Oh, Vidala. Was there nobody else? Where can I speak to management? God, was there nobody else but Vidala? Vidala goes immediate. Vidala is very much go along to get along, and she's been getting a pat on the back so far. It don't take much for Aunt Lydia to tell her she's trash. You're failed. You're a failure. It's like, yeah, we're not going to do that. We're not going to taint these ceremonies with these lies, with these fictitious things going on in her imagination. We're gonna call it an inconvenience. It really didn't happen. Do you want to say anything, Agnes? Can you validate any of these claims, or can you inquire that they didn't happen? Let's just, as far as I'm concerned, never happened. Don't have anything else to say on it. We're just going to move on and move forward. I was like, oh, I wanted so badly for it to be a perfect world and for Agnes to give the same energy Daisy gave later. Like, oh my God, that happened to you? Let's go together. I'll go with you and support you. Or, I can go with you and back up your claim, because it's not just you, it's me too. We couldn't even kind of muster up to say that either. We're not ready to confront it yet. But even in this office, I'm still going to stand on Gilead. And yeah, we're not going to say anything. It didn't happen. I'm just going to pour into her and tell her it's not her fault. And you're still going to be a really good wife, Hulda. I still believe in you. My baby Hulda went in there with the strength of 10,000 man. That took everything. And nobody had her back. It was just really sad to watch. But unfortunately, these are the girls of Gilead. How did you feel about this? Did you want Agnes to do anything else? Or did you know that this is where we were going and she wasn't going to back her up?
Well, I knew this is where this was going. Well, I didn't know before we got there. I wasn't sure. I think because we've seen this go a different way. You know what I'm saying? We've seen a report of abuse go with somebody getting shot in the head. So I wasn't sure how it was going to play out, but I figured it wasn't going to go that way because that's what I was expecting. I don't have this. I just make Ashley happy, but I don't really have any smoke for Agnes right now, because in the park when she was giving the pep talk, one, yeah, she soaked everything in religion to get her to do it, because that's what you do to people. Like when you are trying to convince somebody, you have to speak their language, and there's no point in talking to Hulda about your worth as a woman and you this shouldn't be happening, because that's not the world we live in, and that wouldn't ring true to Hulda. I got to tell you in the language that works for you. And Agnes offered to go with you. She was like, what was that, Daisy at the end? No, okay, I might take that back.
No, she didn't. Agnes said, I'm with you. I'm with you over there. I'm over here, but I'm with you, girl, in spirit.
All right, never mind. I might take that back. But in the scene in the park, I understood Agnes' point of view, because Hulda had a very specific, lucid memory of the account, and Agnes had an unbuttoned blouse. You know what I'm saying? So it was very hazy. So it was like, I can't say what he did because I don't know, but you can actually give details of what he did, so you have the stronger case to go say something. I understood that. Now the fact that okay, you go do it, and I got you back from over here, that was kind of whack. But again, teenagers, and again, this is not supposed to happen. This is actually something that's not supposed to happen by Gilead standards. Like, or if we're just looking at the rules on the books, right? And so I wasn't upset with Agnes for like, yeah, you should go tell because you got the best case. Now, and then I'm also not mad at Agnes when we sat down in front of Vidala because once I sit there and I see what Vidala's putting down, Vidala's like, we need to sweep this under the rug. Me speaking out in this moment, what is it going to do? What is if Agnes stomps her feet and be like, nah, you need to report this because this happened to me too, and we need to speak up about this. If she went full June Osborne in that office, what was gonna happen? Nothing. But I was gonna get that cane. So to me, Agnes did what she was supposed to do. It's like getting pulled over by a cop. Like, I'm gonna do what you say right here for this traffic stop so I can go home safe, and then I'm gonna go tell your boss. And Agnes went to go tell her boss. And to me, that's what you're supposed to do. That's what Agnes should have done. That was the smart play. It wasn't the brave Mel Gibson, I am Spartacus. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't that moment, but it was a smarter play, in my opinion. And it still didn't work. But that to me, Agnes was moving smart in that way.
I mean, I didn't expect her to speak out, even in this moment of Vidala trying to sweep it under the rug. What I wanted was sisterhood and solidarity, just for Hulda. Hulda was so emotional and vulnerable at this point. It would have did wonders for her just to know that she wasn't alone. And even if it's like I wasn't lucid enough to know exactly what happened. I know something happened to me also. Like, it's not just you. It's not your fault. This is what he's doing to girls. They could have just had something between the two. But we chose not to even do that because I'm still not ready to confront that. And she was just out there on that ledge alone. I didn't like y'all leaving my girl out there. She's so vulnerable. Like, it's like, okay, just sweep this under the rug. You're going to be a great wife. Like, you're going to be great. I feel like this is going to really wreck Hulda's brain and she's going to turn into Janine 2.0. Ashley, how did you feel about this?
No, Agnes was wrong as hell in both situations. Damn. No, you stand up. We are Sparta, damn it. And I agree. Like, outside of everything else, Hulda needed to know that she wasn't crazy, that she wasn't alone, that she didn't deserve it. I think, I'm listening to the narration as adult Agnes is talking to us. So you must think I'm a real ish right now. Yeah, I do. In this moment, double time, because you played in her face like, you need to be strong and courageous. Let me give you these good old scriptures, but I'm not going to be strong and courageous. I'm going to sit over here because I feel like something might have happened. But, when I saw Garth the next day, I forgot everything. And I said, this is my mission. I'm called to be a wife. And that's what I'm going to pursue. I just think knowing that Hulda is so fragile. And then when we get this kind of foreshadowing scene of her jumping off the thing face first, I'm like, I can't deal with Hulda and the swan dive. Like, I need her to know that she's not alone, that she's got a friend. Everybody who's handled this, from Vidala to Agnes to Lydia, pisses me off. Even though I do think Lydia's ultimately going to do something, up until this journey, I'm aggravated because in that room with Vidala, no, you're wrong as hell. He did it to me too, Vidala. He's out here. He hide your kids, hide your wives. He's snatching your people up. Everybody who goes into that dentist's office is getting it. I really wanted her. I wanted June to come out in that moment, and not the usury June, which is clearly there. Right. Not the user June that's right here, but the brave June, because we've seen both versions. And I really wanted her to be like June was, in the early days with Janine, and really help her through this. And I feel like Hulda's just left out there by herself. It was heartbreaking to me. Even the conversation after Vidala. Yeah, so just focus on your marriage, Hulda. Like, I know I told you to go in there and risk it all, but why did you tell that auntie? I wouldn't have told that auntie. I would have went straight to Auntie Lydia. Vidala was never going to help you. But yeah, just forget about it. You said he can give you a dog. You guys are going to have nice land. It'll be fine. Like, forget everything I said before. I don't like it. I get that they're kids. I get it. It still doesn't make it right to me. It still doesn't.
I don't even think that them being kids is the defense for this situation. I think the defense for this situation is that this is Gilead, and the episode, this show this far has shown you brick by brick why that wouldn't have worked and why that wouldn't have been the best thing for Hulda. Because yeah, we've seen June stand up, but June is also a 21st century woman from America, and she behaves that way. Uh, Agnes is not. Agnes is the child of Gilead, and in the first episode, they tell you that Gilead is. In the first episode, they tell you that they discourage you having best friends. You are not allowed to have best friends because that breeds secret. So this is, and then in the last episode, in the ballroom episode, when they had the party, Lydia says that she breeds these girls to defer to commanders and to authority. Like, so their upbringing from infancy up until now is one isolationist, and even in one of the voiceovers, Agnes is like, you have to your strength is holding your emotions down. Like, because you're on an island, you are by yourself. These girls can't call each other on the phone, even when they become wives. They can't call each other on the phone. They can't FaceTime. If one commander is slapping one down the stairs, you just got to hold that on your own. You got to be able to stand on your own. You on the island, you your own vote. This they're not out here where you can have a support system. There is no support system.
Because also in the show, Dom, they've shown us that it's justice. It's justice in blood. Like, we're getting it back in blood. If a man is out here touching our pearl girls, our pink girls, our plums, it's a problem, and they've got to pay. So what would another voice do to add to?
They did they did actually, but I put that photo up there because they had Hulda spew out that same rhetoric. Yeah, we have this man indulging in some self-pleasure, watching you girls on the bus, but at the same time, don't cheer for it too loud about us chopping his hand off, because it's y'all fault as well. Y'all enticed this man to pleasure himself in a park. Like, it's not my fault, but they breed them to think this is trash. But at the same time, you should have stood with her. I don't care, Dom. She should have
one, you think that man was really touching himself? Like, if you think that was a true thing, because the moment he said my thing is, the moment she said that this man, we found him touching himself, his immediate reaction was like, no, I didn't. You're lying. And call me a man. And when you strapped up, you don't tend to lie. But also, even in Handmaid's Tale, when we saw the commander get shot for abusing the handmaid, that was a political maneuvering. Like, he was in that commander was in a weak political position, so Lawrence could take advantage of that position and get him out of here. They used the commanders and Gilead used the rules that they write that are virtuous on paper to manipulate and chess piece. So a commander or a dentist who's not in a weak position, or who has friends, or who has backing, is not going to get the guy's justice.
He's nobody. They know he's nobody. He ain't nobody. Becca's people ain't nobody. And I'm saying, by that logic, Agnes isn't aware of that either, because they're so naive to the ways of the world. She knows in this moment, I don't want to be looked at like, ooh, if this could potentially. I think it was pure selfishness. And am I faulting her for that because of the culture? Not necessarily, but I think she was thinking about, what if Vidala thinks I'm like Hulda, and now I become, something for them to watch and, mess up the hopes of a future. But I don't know. We'll see how it plays out. But I don't think she knows about that raggedy dentist and his status. He ain't got none.
Well, my thing is, whether he has status or not, Agnes knows. Like, if the women of this show know anything, they know the who's who and the what's what and the pecking order of because that's the whole point of them matching up. They know, because when old girl who got tricked by Paula, and it was like, oh, now the only commander that want her is the commander for the colonies. Like, they know the social status of all of these people, and so if Agnes know, when she sat there for Vidala was what, and she was like, all right. Because she didn't let it die either, though. She was like, you ain't the way to go. I'm going to go higher than you. And the highest power I can reach is Lydia.
And that's what it was.
You think she had a plan in that moment? Oh, yeah, I'm not going to do it.
Dumb. I have to say, honey bunny, you stretching more than a rubber band. Please.
No. When they walked out the office, to Agnes, it was dead. But I'm saying she still did it, though. She still stood up and was like,
We're not giving brownie points. This is not the Little League. My baby Shoo Shoo. Love Shunamite. Love Shunamite down. You will not ever call me the last pubescent girl left. I say, oh, my sweetheart.
Called her a prune. Shriveled up.
I'm gonna be approved. Like we got into Shunamite's emotional side. We're gonna get into dumbass Daisy. Love her to death, but dumbass Daisy. We're gonna get into Daisy, but Shunamite is feeling away because not you. She said, "Whore, you whore, you got yours before me. I'm the one. I do everything right. I've read everything. I know everything. I've studied. I've been devoted. I've prayed. I've took potions and herbal teas, and still nothing." You know what? I want this so bad. I like that we got a little bit of history on Shoo Shoo, and it's not just, this is my birthright and my obsession. No, there's pressure being placed on me by my mother and my parents. This is a feat to the entire family if I don't get my period. I think at this point, we've all just kind of swallowed that she may not be the one to get it. And I hate it here so much, but Shunamite would be a great aunt. She would be a really, really good aunt. But I hate it here. I hate to see her in this state because we know that she's studied and she's waited and she wants it more than anybody and she's just not going to get it. So what does my life look like now? You guys never prepared me for this part, but to know that she had all of that on her shoulders, she's like, yeah, my mother comes in every single morning checking for symptoms, the cramps. I have to hear about the son that was lost. It's just all too much. I have to do this or I'm a disappointment to my family and myself. And we know that that's a lot of the girl's story, but yet and still, it's like the last of the Mohicans. She is the last person here in the core who has yet to get her period. And I don't think that she will. Dom, how do you feel about Shunamite?
But the bright spot of this show is Shunamite and this little girl for acting, and I should know because this is this little girl from Girl Meets World, right? This was a great pick. Shunamite is the best person in this cast to me. Will she get it at all? Probably not, just because she wants it so bad. I don't know. My thing is, if she does get it, I don't know where her character goes. Her character track is much more interesting if she doesn't get it. So, so probably not. I don't see her ringing that bell. I think there's an outside chance she fakes it because we saw that like the process they go to verify. And I think there's an outside possibility that like the next girl that gets it, like she digs through the trash or something, and she like finesses some way to fake it.
What's she gonna do? Dumb, drop some red dye 40 on it? What's she gonna do?
It might be though.
So I'm saying if you take somebody else's and put it down there right before you get white, look, don't act like that's outside the possibility of what we've seen in this show. Don't act like they just saw the man hand off. Don't act like the desperation isn't there for Shunamite to do something like that.
How you gonna let somebody?
Damn, I don't know where you... Ashley, how do you feel about Shunamite being the last pubescent girl? I do like that we get the most from Shunamite as far as like attitude. When she said this little mild ass, cheap ass engagement party. She said it's low vibrational up in here, this poor ass house. But she's also looking at the glamour of what it's going to be. Like, girl, you won't find your riches and your success in your full life as a wife either. But at the same time, maybe you could be an aunt. This may be a saving grace for her. Ashley,
I want our girls free. Give us free. I just need them. I just need them free. Shuna is probably the most developed character for me. Like from the beginning to now, she is my most improved girly. Like I love Shuna down now. You know, I couldn't stand her in the beginning. I said, oh, she's going to be a problem. She's going to be X, Y, or Z. And she's turned out to be a really real one. She's a real one. She's slapping hoes. She's cussing people out. I like Shoo Shoo. I don't think she's gonna get her cycle. I do, in fact, think she's a prune, like Jehoshua said. I think she's barren, unfortunately. And I just want them free. I really would think she would make a great revolutionary. She would make a great Mayday agent if she could be converted ultimately. I want more for her than being an auntie, though. I think that kind of breeds bitterness. And I wouldn't want to see her that way. But unfortunately, I don't see all of her dreams being realized. I think the most interesting thing for me is the fact that she has a brother. And if that brother in some way was able to make contact or there could be a reunion one day, I know we'll get more seasons of this, but that would be awesome. And I would love to follow her arc. But I don't think she's gonna get it. I do. When
Mhm.
she said, Daisy, you lived in toxic waste. Here I am drinking my teas, my flat tummy tea. I'm doing all the things, and you got it before me. But I mean, it speaks to her character that she doesn't tell anyone except for Agnes. I thought that was dope. I'm interested to see where she goes. She is a great girl. So we'll see. We'll see, y'all. I don't know though.
I
I
love
don't
it.
think she's gonna get her psycho.
Shu is quite devoted though. It does make me nervous the fact that Daisy couldn't hide a paper plate in a snowstorm. It's just always kind of obvious where her agenda is, and if we figure out you're anything, because it's like, yeah, where's Talia? You're not going to see her again. If they took her, then she deserved it. She's gone. Like everything that they do here in Gilead is righteous, and I believe in it. What's going to happen if I figure out that you're not who you're pretending to be? That's the only thing that kind of shakes me, because if it's all about Gilead and sisterhood there and what we're doing, then that's fine. But if you're against us, if you're not with us, you're against us. Your Mayday, it's over and it's up. I don't know. I don't know. I think we're a long cry from Mayday. It would really have to take, which I'm really the foreshadowing here with Hulda in this episode and in the nightmare, because I was thinking, because the way Becca had been, oh, I just want to die. I just want to go to hell. Is this where the
Jump off a
penitentiary?
cliff.
Like it's just been so much, death around her, and it's like the girls still have to be shaken up and woken up by something really dramatic. I'm like, is it going to be Hulda? Don't do that. Please don't do that. Dumb. Don't do that. I don't want it to have to be like some really big casualty for the girls to go, oh, Gilead is most definitely not what we thought it was. I hope not. Because Agnes still a little asleep. But let's get into Daisy. Daisy get on my nerves. Daisy's so obvious. I said, Daisy, god damn it. What, do we have to go? I said, do you get one pair of white pearl panties? You got one pair of drawers? And girl, if you don't stuff something up there and hide them drawers in a burning bush outside behind the Gilead school, we don't go and wash out our panties in the sink. It don't be enough espionage for me with Daisy. She ain't scared enough to be caught. She's just like, oh my god. Thankfully, it's Shunamite. And Shunamite can keep a secret. What's going on, girl? This is the best. You ready to go ring that bell and go tell the aunts? Oh my God, no! Can you please not tell anyone? They're gonna make me. They're gonna make me get married to someone. Well, yeah, fool. If you're not here for that, then what the hell are you here for? Like I said, do you want to blow your cover? Do you want to blow your cover? She's just always so obvious. If she's not loud, she's obvious wild and all outside. And it's just like, no, I just need a little bit more time. Baby, it's not too many more pot holders, woven items that you can steal from any girls to clot up them panties. Okay? Well, eventually we're going to need some maxis, honey. You cannot keep this a secret for too long. But you know what? If this is what you want to do, fine. I'm going to respect it. Even if I don't like it, which was big of Shunamite, because we know she wants hers more than anybody, but I'm going to hold it down, whore. You wretched, okay? It's like, yeah, I just need time. Because if I go to Garth with this, there's no way. I'm going home. So look here, I need to see you outside, okay? I got my monthlies. I'm fruitful. I got my period. I got to get out of here now. I can't have my period here. You know what they're going to do to me. They're going to make me get married and be with a commander and have babies. He said, well, blessed be the fruit. Girl, what you want me to do? I could give a damn. Do you think that changed anything? You're not going anywhere. Like, I thought after the conversation that we had, it was established, girl, June could give a damn. If this man have to tell you one more time, I don't know who that person is. And I'm like, is it not clicking for you that June is a product of you being here? She knows where you are. She was an extension of Rita in the whole training in the first place. If she wanted to make contact, if she wanted to come save you, if she wanted to come see about you or get a message to you, she would figure out how to do it. She has not. You have been on your own from the moment that you got into the car with those other Pearl girls. And now we're sitting here about to have our menses in Gilead of all places. This is awful. I need our baby to wake up. I just need her to wake up. But the fact that she thought that Garth was going to be any help at all and he was going to expedite her ass back to Canada just because she got her period, we're still lying in the lane of delusion. Ashley, how do you feel about her being fruitful? She's fruitful.
Girl, I said she an old fruitful. Isn't she 17, 18? But they say the water's clean, the air is fresh in Gilead. And so that's what altered her system and brought it on quickly. And blessed be the fruit, may the Lord open, and all of that. It's real crazy in a public bathroom to be cleaning out these bloody panties, sister. I don't know what to tell you with that. That's just not, girl, close that bathroom stall, flush a couple times, and you better get to work in that bowl. If you really didn't want to be seen, because I feel like you wanted to be seen by somebody. I blame June, because there's no way she should be in Gilead. There's no way Daisy should be in Gilead. It's so infuriating to me, because girl, you're just no good at espionage. This is not your bag, sis. It's not. Shuna would be better in espionage than you are. As far as the conversation with Garth, I don't know who Garth is. I still don't know who Garth is in this moment or at this point. I and now even more so. He don't care about you. He don't care about nothing about or other than his mission. He don't love nobody. He don't like nobody. When he said, "May the Lord open," he said, "Well, blessed day." Like,
blessed be the fruit.
girl, you're not going anywhere. And who the hell is June? Stop talking to me about June. My biggest issue, though, with this whole dynamic and that conversation that they have is that now we're supposed to believe that Mayday is hush hush. And when I say that, it's because as far as continuity in this stream for the Testaments, it hasn't been. We just see the people on the wall, they reaching out to Garth, they talking to Daisy all in the flower shop, and now we're supposed to believe, oh, I'm just your handler, and I have a handler, and I don't know anybody else in Mayday. You a lie, and the truth ain't in you. That has been debunked watching this season. Mayday has had no chill in Gilead. Like, from the bus explosion, yeah, that was us. That was Mayday. We blew up the bus. Like, what are... And now we're supposed to believe that now mum's the word, and I don't know who anybody is. Nobody's pulling the strings. Baby, you know something, Garth. You just don't give a damn. You don't give a damn about nothing but whatever your secret mission is. And I don't even know if that's to bring down Gilead for real at this point. But I don't know, girl. Blessed be the fruit. That's all I can say. Maybe if she ever gets out, she can do her plan of going to college and, having a life.
I don't know. She better do something. I don't think those maxis are disposable. You got to wash them boys out on a regular. How are you going to contain this, ma'am? Dumb. Is she ever going to go back home to Canada?
No. And she's going to be somebody's wife. But Daisy, before coming to Gilead, they should have sent her to Zoe Saldana and Lioness for some training before, because this show takes place 4 years later after The Handmaid's Tale. Mayday was, and you haven't shown me anything different, but Mayday was a group of people in a warehouse planning, and we were just coming and going, and oh yeah, it was real free form information. And then you and in June is supposed to be like top flight security, top flight super secret agent for Mayday. You was a handmaid. You was Harriet Tubman. We gave you the whole Harriet Tubman story. We let you be the entire life of Harriet Tubman. And then we jump 4 years after that. And you just send this girl in, like, because she stayed at a restaurant all day, all shift. She spent one shift at a restaurant because she literally had nowhere else to go. And that was like, the kids got grit. And you just send her in to Nazi-occupied Germany. I don't understand why you couldn't. You were in, like, the thing is, June is the best person to train somebody. Not only were you a handmaid, you were up close and personal with Serena. You know how wives are supposed to act. You know how handmaids are supposed to act. You know how women are supposed to act in Gilead. And you didn't prepare this girl for anything. And then now she's in here. And then so I understood Daisy up to a certain point because she was so ill prepared. But it's only, I don't know how many people hanging from a tree you need to see before you get your act together. Like, I only need to see one baker hanging from a tree to be like, all right, I need to not do nothing. And yeah, if all of a sudden I'm bloody, this toilet water is right here. I'm scraping and scrubbing. I'm taking off my sock and putting it up there. We got to figure something out.
We got to do.
And Daisy,
if you don't double roll that Charmin and get your ass out that bathroom, what are we doing, Daisy?
I don't understand. And then to me, I hope only because I'm worried it's going to go one of two ways. I'm worried that either she's never going to get caught and she just keeps getting lucky, and that's going to irritate me. It's going to irritate my soul if she just keeps lucking out and getting caught and strung up. Or it's like, or she is gonna get caught, and then we have to write some weird backflip mental logic of why she's not dying. And so hopefully she just gets better, but I doubt it.
Say, oh, I can't stay here. I can't stay here forever. It's not forever. It's just until we win. I say, what? What?
No, they
Who is this?
did. They did. They she did insist, but they didn't have to let her go. She's a child.
Oh no,
They
this
did
is a
not have
child.
to. She
Absolutely not.
insisted, but she didn't have to go. They didn't have to.
This is a
And
child. No.
June, and this is the same June that tried to prohibit a grown man and her best friend, a grown woman, from going into Gilead into Jezebel. And you think the June's just like, oh, I can't stop the child from going. If you don't put her in a train to Alaska.
Listen.
Now, who the hell is this? I said, we've been waiting so long since the show started. Who's his father? Where your people stay? Who are you, Garth? And we conveniently find your father, wheelchair bound. We're impaired in every single way. We can't speak. Baby, Garth told me everything I needed to know about his relationship with his father when he politely rolled him out there. Yeah, whatever. Say what you got to say. He doesn't understand anything. What's good, girl? What you want? I said, what is going on? We still don't know who you are. Who you are. Now, he explains it. You know, my dad was my dad. He was a great man, but he didn't know any better, and he was fighting for the wrong side. Me, myself, I'm all about Mayday, and I'm going to get my revenge. I believe. I want. Why? Why? Well, what happened to your dad? He was poisoned. Did you poison your father? Is this even your father? Who are you? We've been waiting. We still don't know who you are. How cowardly he was with his father. His response to everything with Daisy. It's like everything is self-serving for this mission of Mayday. And if it's not about that, I could give a damn. I don't care about you. I really don't care about anybody else. Even the way that I felt like he was trying to be different with Agnes. I was like, when was you giving Agnes any rhythm? It felt like in the beginning of the episode, like he was trying to blessed be the fruit. Like, blessed be the. I was like, what is that? What are you trying to conjure up? You never gave Agnes like any type of rhythm in that way. So why are we blessing it being the fruit right now? It was just very, very odd. But then we get here, and yeah, what are you gonna do about the relationship that you have to fake it and make it over here with Becca? How are you gonna get out of that? Get out of what? No, I'm gonna be with Becca. That's just what that's gonna be. Okay, well, you know, Agnes, yeah, what about her? I'm all about Mayday and how I can accomplish those things. But why do you want to? And what are your ties? Like, it's just so odd and a mystery not to know who he is. But you can't tell me that you were just all love about your father, that you politely rolled out there and said that, oh, he was poisoned and he doesn't know up or down. So say what you got to say because it doesn't matter. I would really like to know who the hell he is and what he really wants. Ashley, what do you think about Garth?
Girl, that's the one thing I've been begging for all season. What is his motivation? Who is Garth? There's just been so much mystery around him. But number one, that daddy hear and understand everything that's going on. When June's daughter said something, that's when that glass dropped. Agnes said, I said, oh, hell, that daddy know exactly what's going on. Garth is probably working for the daddy. I've heard the speculation, did Garth poison him? I don't think so. I don't think Garth really worked for Mayday for real. I don't really think he wants Mayday. I don't think he wants Gilead to go down for real. I think he's mad at Mayday for poisoning his father and ruining whatever part of his life has gone on. I do not trust Garth as. Garth is just, I do. I think he is pretending to be Mayday while all the while really probably an undercover eye. I really, really do. I do not think that he is good. And I told y'all, he don't love them hoes. I told y'all that before. I said he loves only his mission. When he said, well, what about love? Love? Who's thinking about love? I don't want him hoes. And the only reason he acted that way with Agnes is because Daisy let it slip that Agnes was in love with him. He knows that information now. So now he can leverage it for his purpose. So he's not going to just blow that up completely. But he don't give a damn about none of these hoes. He don't give a damn about Daisy. He don't give a damn about Agnes. He don't give a damn. He is not giving Nick. He is not giving Nick. Nick loved June. Don't do that.
Damn.
Don't do that, Chrissy.
Who said that? This ain't Nick.
He could never. Do you hear me? Nick loved June. If he ain't loved nothing
Nick
else,
would burn down Gilead all about June. I don't care. All you other hoes can die. As long as June Osborne lives, I don't care what happens.
Was Nick a good man? Hell no. But did he love June? Yeah, he was gonna kill a brick about her. I want Nick on my team. Listen, Garth is no Nick. Not even the same
Mm-mm. No,
stratosphere.
because we don't have a true alliance or loyalty to Agnes. We could give a damn about Becca. We don't. We damn sure don't care about Daisy. So what's keeping you here? And it's like, why are you lying and being a double agent if you are one? Like, I thought that at this point we were gonna know who he is or what his real motivations were. I guess they don't. They don't want to tell us yet. I hope they tell us before the show ends. Dylan, how do you feel about Garth?
No, Garth is the anti Nick. Like he got the Nick veneer because he got that blank pale stare, and he always looked like he don't know what's going on. So he got the Nick filter on. But yeah, I knew I felt like he was a double agent from the beginning. Well, I felt like he was a double agent when the attack came. When that retrieval just didn't go well, and Garth came out as the hero. I was like, something ain't right. Something ain't right. And if he was a double agent, you set them up. I feel like he dropped a dime on him. And so I think his dad got poisoned by that cake, and didn't make it. And when he came out paralyzed, and he been hating on Mayday ever since. And so I think that's where Agnes's. I think.
About that.
Oh yeah, because I just finished Handmaid's Tale. So yeah, that cake was fresh, and I'm like, yeah, I feel like the daddy ate the cake, and I feel like that's either I think Agnes is gonna take a long time to wake up. I don't think Agnes is waking up next episode, but I think realizing that Garth is a double agent is going to shatter Daisy's world, and that's when Daisy's going to realize she is alone in Gilead, and she's going to have to figure it out.
Because we need more proof. He said, girl, what pads? What you need, some Playtex? You need some Maxis? I don't know what that is. Girl, go figure it out. What you want me to do? He said, live long and prosper. He said, go, go on. I don't know what you want. I don't know.
And how did they find that recorder? How did they find that radio?
He told him where it was. Yeah, that was the intake process. We saw, and they showed us that on purpose. Because let me get this out your bag. Yeah. You ain't slick, Garth. You ain't slick. And Daisy's gonna be a target even after that because he knows where the bodies are.
I know who you are. I just see this comment. It's like, oh, he's in a lavender marriage. He don't even like women.
He might not.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised because he's not giving. That's what sends me with Agnes. Like, he's giving you absolutely nothing, and she's just like, oh my god,
picking up cigarettes off the ground.
So let me get a little drag off of that. Now, getting back into Daisy, Penny rolled up to the function. Shunamite said, oh my god, she looks so unclean and kept and cool. I don't think she's been washing properly and doing her hair. Girl, you look bad. It's like, oh yeah. We already heard about them losing another child, and we had the option of, well, we could get another wife in there. We could maybe even get you a handsmaid. Well, I'm not for a handsmaid type of thing, but I don't think we had that brief introduction of him and Daisy in those early episodes and the way he looked at Daisy. What brings you over here to Gilead, you sinner? Yeah, it just looked real disturbing. I feel like we might put her over here. I think we're gonna put her over here. Because Commander Judd is a man of many things, and yeah, I'm tired of being embarrassed and shortchanged and not producing any seeds. I might have to push Penny to the side and make way for my new woman or my handsmaid or whatever. But she's going to be put to use. Ashley, what do you think about Penny?
Penny looked mighty bad. I seen her in town. She was looking low. She was feeling mighty bad. I said, yeah, she on her way out. I said, he's doing something to her. Judd ain't going. You knew he was going to be doing something, but now, of course, they're priming it for the pump. I thought he was going to get one of the girls, one of the newly, made, what is it, plums or whatever. But now that Daisy has her cycle, this is perfect because, like you said, they didn't show us that scene for nothing. Like, so how did you get here, Daisy? But yeah, he's just working on getting Penny in the ground, 6 feet under. This is her third failure, as they probably call it. You're not performing. I don't want to do a handmaid that's uncivilized for me. I'm the commander. And so I do think she's on her way out. Now, will she take herself out? Is he slowly poisoning her? I've seen speculation that runs the gamut. But she looks very, very, very bad. And we know Judd is a cruel person. Now, what that looks like in marriage, I don't know yet. But she looks terrible. I said, girl, why'd you come? Like, you should be in the house. Like, you should have never even shown your face. It was like hair was greasy. She got the shawl on. I said, girl, go get in the car now. But yeah, no, she's on her way out. She looks like she's about to clock out. Mm-hmm.
I didn't know what was happening. It was giving, sir, can I have some more porridge? Like, girl, did you just come from the forehead? Are you okay? What, are you okay? Are you on the street? Don, what's going to happen with PD, Commander Judd, and maybe even Daisy?
Oh yeah, watered down Commander Waterford is not going for this because Serena could never come out the house in a shawl. What? Never. So no, and I don't think it's an accident of casting that this man, if you look quick, it's like Fred. No, that's not Fred. This man is the devil. I'm just waiting. I'm just waiting. And yeah, he finna trade in the old model for the new hotness as soon as the opportunity arrives. But I don't know in Gilead. I'm rusty on the Gilead Constitution, but I don't know if you got to kill the wife. Yeah, I don't know if you need a reason to get rid of your wife. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you got to come up with something to get rid of her. I think he can just trade her in. She can go off somewhere. I don't know if she can go to the colonies. Or she could go be an Econo wife. I don't know if she can go do something else. I don't know. You can't be here.
Word on the street, in the books, they do get rid of their wives. That's why so many elder commanders are eligible to get the new plums when they come out, because they didn't put them down somewhere.
I'm telling you, because they all old as hell. Say, ugh. Ugh. This is another, I'm so sick of seeing this cheap ass gray suit. I can't stand to see this man coming. You bold as hell, ain't you? You bold, you funky bastard. Came over here and happily stood in these girls' face. Yeah, I don't think you seen the last of me. Huh, Agnes? Huh, Hulda? You gotta come visit me again so I can check on that tooth and check on that clean. I was like, oh, he gotta die. He has to die. He has to die tonight. What is it must gonna be like some type of really like intense, satisfactory death. Because for you to roll up and be this bold, you've been doing this for how long? You have how many victims, how many girls who didn't come forward and say anything, and he's banking on that. So I'm going to act and do as I please. I wanted someone to punch him in the back of his freaking head, and I just know that nobody can. But to be this bold is disturbing. I keep seeing that it's up in the air, and I do think that someone said it's in the books as far as his relationship with Becca and what he's really doing, and if they're going to explore that in the show. I don't know, but whether or not he's doomed and he better die soon. How do you feel about Dr. Grove?
Dr. Gross. This is ridiculous. And I think it's important. I think it's a very important decision to make him not a commander. But like, he doesn't have any real power. And so, but because he's a man, and like when he's around the other men, he's powerless. He's just a simpleton in this cheap gray suit. But in the dentist chair, he has all the power. I'm God here, and I can do whatever I want. And I think that will play into his character a little bit. I think we'll see him get exposed for like the weakling he is before he gets his comeuppance. But boy, I'm ready for it because somebody got him in the sights. I'm waiting to see Daisy. Daisy's finna go crazy on this man, and I'm waiting to see it. I can't wait to see it. Daisy's finna go in on this man, and I can't wait to see it.
Well, actually, which route do you think they're going to take? Because there's also that relationship with, but it's always going to be a downhill option. If it comes out, are you just jealous of me? Are you getting up these things about my dad because he's a good man, all because I got guarding you didn't? Is she going to believe it? Either way, some torture is about to take place. It needs to happen to him immediately, though, whatever it is.
That's why I think that this is a perfect villain origin story for someone like a Becca, right? Because in the book they say he does violate her. Here, it doesn't seem that that's the direction that they're going. So if in fact he has not in the series, and she already feels exiled by the friends, she's already repressed, she's already been forced into whatever, then watching her father be disrespected and possibly unalived, what more would there take to make you turn against whoever you thought, you had before? As far as he's concerned, I'm just waiting for somebody to make an appeal to one of these commanders, right? Because apparently, even him being the lowest of the low man, he still ranks more than a girl's innocence. So how better to get him on the wall than to say this lowly man is taking what's yours, Commander so-and-so. I'm thinking that might have to be the route to actually get action to be taken. Like, he's been preying on these girls who are yours, these innocents, these little plums that you want, that belong to you. So he must be taken out. I think we may have to appeal to the men in this situation, unfortunately, and their ego and pride to get this dealt with. He's a sicko. He has
Now you
been
want to
doing
speak
this
their language
forever.
to get some jobs done, but when Agnes did it, it was crazy.
I'm talking about Auntie Lydia. I'm not talking about any of these girls. She's the only one I think that would have the presence of mind to appeal, and they would do it brutally, I'm sure. Because what have you been doing? It's not really about the girls. I think we have to make it about him taking something from the commanders, but he's got to pay, and it better be in this penultimate episode. I better see blood in the streets next episode because I'm sick of looking at him. And the way you just move around like you're just this innocent. And the way Becca's going to defend him, because go to my dad. He'll fix you up. He'll take good care of you. What? Yeah.
It's the gray suit for me. I hate that damn suit. It's so off putting and out of place. Now, looky here. Y'all know I can't stand Aunt Lydia. I cannot stand her. I don't care how often you try to redeem this heifer. I can't. So when I come to you, same thing with Hulda. It took everything I had. That broke the camel's back. Him coming in here, standing, prophesizing what he's gonna do in my face and Hulda's. I gotta speak up. I gotta go. I gotta go. Aunt Lydia, this is what's going on. It wasn't some figment of Hulda's imagination. It wasn't something that she made up. It happened. I can confirm that it happened because it happened to me too. Now looky here. I don't know what the voiceover was of, well, if I had known what I knew now to understand that Aunt Lydia was going to take care of it, maybe some different decisions would have been made, but I just didn't know that. What part of this conversation was I'm going to take care of it? I ain't hear it. Did I miss it? Was it across the street? What I heard, the look. Oh no, we're not giving this old hag no
I'm
look.
saying we knew. The audience knows Aunt
I didn't
Lydia.
know.
She doesn't.
I didn't know.
Lydia.
I know. Get the handmaids on Lydia. This one here, it doesn't seem like she has a lot of power. The way that we rolled up, and every single time she is reprimanded for stepping out of her lane. Girl, don't come over here and ask me about Talia and where she is. And yeah, just bask in what you were able to do with these girls. You did something exceptional. Don't ask about anything out of your station. And it's just the moment that we got a peek behind the curtain, and it was literally a journal, and I'm writing down my thoughts. Girl, we can't do nothing with that. We can smoke that up. What else can we do? Put it in our pipe and smoke it. What are you doing to be adamant about protecting these girls? I don't care how much political Bible thumping jargon she wants to put in front of it. I need to know that you're on his ass. Give me some confirmation that I'm going to handle it. How do you say, well, when you guys are married and wealthy and you're attached to power and greatness, you wouldn't even have to worry about visiting the dentist. You have your own like personal chef type energy. What the hell does that have to do with the price of tea in China, lady? She made me mad. She made me mad. This was not secure. This did not make me feel any better. This did not give. I'm prioritizing what happened to you and Hulda or whomever else. This won't happen again. The moment that she said she knew about it, and did Vidala come to you with it first? Yeah, I'm aware. What were you going to do then? Were you going to inquire? Were you going to try to do something, or was it okay? Well, that crisis was averted, so we don't really have to even think on that. But oh no, this is the goodest godly girl, Agnes. Not now there's some light on it. Now I have to really confront it. Were you going to get active about them or not? I really don't think so. I feel like we were giving her too much credit. I ain't never gave her none, not me. Y'all. Y'all giving her too much credit as far as the power that she has here and what she's willing to do for this girl, for any of these girls, because the game complacent. Why would you tell me you don't have to worry about that once you're rich and famous and you're living up there in the big house? Girl, you don't have to worry about that. Just grin and bear it until further notice. It's going to be okay. It'll all come out in the wash. You old girl, lady, do something or get out of my face because I already don't like you. This pissed me off. Ashley, what look on her face did I miss? Because I missed
it. So here's the thing. We can't take away from Aunt Lydia what Aunt Lydia did do that was okay, right? Now, was she for the regime? Absolutely. Was she staunch in her resolve? But did she want to see her people violated? Not in this way. not little girls, pure ones, right? Because these aren't handmaids. These aren't whores that have been in the world that came back to Gilead. These are complete innocents. Now, I really want us to go here. Lydia has never been for the BS when it comes to them being taken advantage of. So for that reason alone, I know Aunt Lydia is about that action. Also, I can't tell Agnes what I'm going to do. I can't tell a Plum what I'm going to do as an auntie. I can't. And again, the adult narration that we get proves that Aunt Lydia does take action, because if I knew what Aunt Lydia meant when she was talking, I probably never would have went and told Daisy afterwards, which probably causes a mess. So yes, I think Aunt Lydia did it the way that she would have had to do it in this situation, because I can't tell a Plum what I'm about to do. I can't tell this innocent girl who has no way of how this world really works what my game plan is. I took it as Auntie Lydia is going to handle it. Now, what I will say, I don't think that Agnes understood that. Again, these are naive.
Who's going to understand that Morse code?
I'm just saying, we as the audience, well, at least me, watching the Handmaids from day one, I know what Aunt Lydia is going for and what she's not. And I saw the rage in her face. I saw that expression on her face, like I'm about to try to kick somebody down the stairs. That's how I feel. And I know y'all don't think there's redemption for Aunt Lydia, but I saw her on that scaffolding, ready to give up her neck. I know Aunt Lydia has changed to a certain extent. I'm riding with Auntie Lydia. I trust that she's going to get the job done, y'all. I trust it. I trust it. Now, Agnes didn't, and she's, I get that too, but I believe Aunt Lydia is going to do what she needs to do.
This is the double agent, if I've ever seen one. Dom, is Aunt Lydia going to do anything? And what did you get from that conversation?
I didn't get a look. But I did get, like, to me, Aunt Lydia is the only, to me, authentic example of this being 4 years after The Handmaid's Tale, because this seems like a much smarter Aunt Lydia, but Aunt Lydia that is in a different political position as well. Like, they try to put Aunt Lydia out the pasture, because it's not that speech she gave, the conversation they had about the statue, and usually statues are for people who are already dead. They try to put Aunt Lydia in the back. It's not, and then now I'm already conspiring with Vidala to, like, usurp you and put Aunt Lydia, and we finna usher in a new chapter. So Aunt Lydia got her back against the wall, but also Aunt Lydia is smarter than she was 4 years ago, because my thing is, they always, every man always dismissed Aunt Lydia when they talked to her. But even in Handmaid's Tale, whenever Fred or Lawrence or whoever was actually interacting with Aunt Lydia, it was like, just go do what I told you to do and get out my face. But she is less hysterical now. She can't be crying and falling off, my girls, because now she realizes, I think Aunt Lydia now realizes, her arc in the Handmaid's Tale was, I think that she genuinely thought that the vast majority of the commanders of the men who founded Gilead believed the stuff, the rhetoric that they was expounding. I think she thought that they believed that. And that's why a lot of her arguments in Handmaid's Tale was like, but no, this is sacred. No, this isn't how we're supposed to do, because this is sacred. And it's like, we don't care. And I think now she understands that this is all a political movement. This is all machinations. And now she will move a little bit more reserved, a little bit more sneaky. I think that she will do something. I think that she knows how to chess piece. She's always known how to chess piece move. She didn't save Janine 5 times just off of her moving. So I'm like, she know how to move, and now she know how to move better. I just think she knows how to utilize her chess pieces more. She knows what chess pieces she has versus back then when she was just throwing stuff up against the wall. And so this is Aunt Lydia that I'm like, all right. Now, when she pulled that book out the wall, I was like, ooh, the Testament. All right, I get it. But other than that, I'm good with Aunt Lydia.
You said ooh about the book? All right.
Well, no, it was a sarcastic ooh. I was like, oh, that's the Testament that we're
I am not saying that she was supposed to sit Agnes down. Yeah, I cut your balls off and hand it to you. Then I'm going to string him up. Then I'm going to bury him No, I didn't expect her to give a blow by blow. This is exactly what I'm going to do. I will not stand. You will. No. There's a fine line between you getting active, demonstrating, and going, once you're up there, you won't have to worry about going to see that bad man again. So that's just, no. She's not slow. I mean, the girls are a bit sheltered. But I needed something at this point to know that I'm protected and the girls, next to me are. That didn't come from this conversation. You see how
But it
devastating?
did. But it did
Where?
because that's how you are protected, by staying the course. You need to stay the course, be the best wife you can be, and how she gave it to Agnes was how Agnes needed to receive it, in the sense of, like Lydia is telling you, if you stay the course and be a good wife, God will protect you. Now Lydia know that it's going to be me working to protect you. God's going to be working through me. But for Agnes's perspective, she don't need to know all that. It's almost like Arya in Game of Thrones, when she talked to the man with no name. It's like, I talk to the man, you tell me what you want, and then you going about your life. Then all of a sudden, the man you wanted dead falls from the sky, and you're like,
I'll see. I'll wait on it, Dom. I just really don't know. I can never be with the redemption or behind Aunt Lydia fully, because it's not like she wants Gilead to fall. She still believes in what Gilead represents. She doesn't want to lose her position. She still wants all of that. I just want to change. I just want to be the change within the system. But I think everything that's here is righteous. How? If you can never stand behind everything there being absolutely wrong, and then they try to be real cute with her backstory here in that one episode when we met that heifer real spicy in Handmaids, when you reported that lady because that man didn't want to rub your back. Girl, we know who you are. Y'all can't change it just because we're here and you standing in the stadium. I just do not trust her. And I felt like she should have given more to Agnes in this moment beyond, well, this is what. No, I needed to hear more. I needed to just know. I don't need to know the details, but I need to know that you understood what I said, and we know that this is wrong, and I'm protected by somebody, because there's no protection coming from Vidala. There's no protection coming from Paula. There's no protection coming from Commander Weston. There's no goddamn protection coming from my own father. It's nothing. I have nobody. Are you another nobody? No. You gave another nobody at this table.
Trust in the Lord. Trust in the Lord, and He will protect you. That's what you're supposed to do. That's what you're supposed to do.
You're not giving Lydia enough credit. She's ready to end herself. When we watched her read her testaments, she said she wanted a pure, clean Gilead, even if that meant taking her own self out. She knows what it is, and I think she knows she's on her last leg. So what a better way to exit than to go out with a bang, taking out some of these terrible.
That's what I said. That's what I said. The best thing that she could do is die in this universe. Girl, sacrifice yourself on the altar. I would love to see that. I live for the day. She needs to go on and go, and just for good measure, Emily can pop out and
it's too soon for Lydia to die, because she's the only true believer in the country. She's the only person that actually believes this stuff. And if whoever replaces her, whether it's Vidala or somebody else, it's just going to be another political power player. And she want to instill some more true beliefs in the country before she goes out. That's what I think.
The best thing Lydia can do for me is take a trip to Emily's house over some steep steps. Now, leaving this here, she said, what happened? Say less. Where you at? She said, where you at? Because what she say? We're trying to do the right thing. What happened to you? I hate that happened to you. Let's go and find Lydia. I did, and nothing happened. I don't feel any more secure than before I said anything to her. We're not protected here. She said, don't worry. I got it. I said, Daisy, what are you going to do? And what do you mean by, I knew I shouldn't have trusted those pesky Pearl girls. I don't know what's about to go down, but for us to gain access to Dr. Grove, we got to go ring that Liberty Bell. I think we're trying to set this up. Say, yeah. Who got their period? Who's fruitful? Me? Do I get a trip to the dentist now? I know I do, because y'all finna shine this Pearl up. And when I get in there, it's up. I don't know. I think it's going to be really interesting, but I feel like Daisy is about to get really involved, especially, I say, please don't let Garth be the handler, be the battery in your back. I believe. I want justice. I'm here for Mayday. What about you? What do you want? That's what? Shut up. You're weird. You're weird. But it's like, yeah, since I'm here and I'm not going anywhere, maybe I need to get active. And if I can get active about my friend, I'm going to go get active about her. Actually, what do you think Daisy's going to do?
The most. She's not equipped. She doesn't know what this is. This is going to be purely reactionary. It's not going to be thought out. It's not going to be smart, and it's going to leave a trail of destruction in its wake. And again, why I think that it's going to lean into something going on with Becca. because this is going to be crass and terrible and just all out of the way. Now, is she going to try to stab the man in the dentist's office? I don't know. Is she going to tell Garth? And is somebody going to kidnap him at night? Is she going to sneak off and tell a Judd or whatever commander tries to wink at her that day? I don't know, but something's going to happen, and it's going to take it to a level where I don't think it needed to be, because I think Auntie Lydia knew how to handle it with a little bit more discretion. Daisy does not. And this was interesting because this is the first time I've kind of seen this really wild resolve on Daisy's face. Like, I was like, girl, what are you going to do? Because we really haven't seen her take any violent action. So it was like this look of like, yeah, I'm going to rip him. I'm going to rip. Just say, Tyra, I'm going to
slaughter him. I'm going to rip him. I'm going to slaughter him to pieces, okay?
And I was like, girl, what do you have, knives? Like, I'm really nervous. I don't know what she's going to do. But I'm nervous, and I don't think it's going to be the right way to do anything.
She might say, Garth, remember that poison that you slid to your father? Whoever gave it to him, go and give me a little piece of that so I can give it to the doctor. Don, what do you think she's going to do?
Chaos. Oh, it's going to be chaos. And I wonder, the look she gave made it seem like it was going to be something direct, like Ashley said, like get herself into the doctor's office so she can stab him. The way the Handmaid's Tale and the Testaments try to go about things, it makes me feel like she's going to like try and create a situation where he will try and abuse her and then try and like out him. And then it goes crazy. I think it'll have a lot of unintended consequences. And then I don't think the daughter's making it. I don't think the daughter is. I think she's going to take her life, or the fallout is going to be so far reaching that it's going to be horrifying for Agnes and Daisy. And that's what I'm confident about. But yeah, she finna go crazy.
Then we gotta have Aunt Lydia huffing and pucking, dragging down the corridor. I was going to handle it. You didn't have. Girl, why you didn't say that? What you want me to do with that Morse code that you gave me down at the table?
Dumbledore didn't tell Harry what he was up to either.
Incantations coming. Girl, no, we don't have time for you foiling your robe down the corridor hallways of Gilead. You need to tell me something. Now Daisy's about to be out here. My thing is, we have not seen Daisy execute anything. It's all been like hopeless film. Because she's not prepared. She's not an international super spy. So what exactly do you think that you're going to do and handle? I like the passion. I like it all about. I like the sisterhood because we handed her those patch. So, oh my God, how did you know? Did she sell me out? She told you? She probably told the aunts? No. We have each other's backs. We would never. She would never. But I got your back too. I'm about to go handle this. Girl, handle what? You can barely write a map. Like,
but I think she does have a mind on her because nobody told her, and I think that's gonna come back around. But nobody told her to make a schematic of the building layout, and nobody told her to do that and report back.
Yeah, nobody told her to take the chocolate out the office. She does. She thinks very quickly on her feet. This is no small task, though.
Yeah, no, it's not. This is some Ocean's 11 level type of maneuvering she's gonna have to do, but.
Ashley, any predictions for episode 9?
Girl, no, because it's gonna be another 30 minutes, and I'm aggravated.
Is it really?
Yes, it's gonna be like 34 to 37 minutes. It's like, what are y'all doing? And it's the penultimate episode, which means if any happenings are gonna happen, 9 times out of 10, it's going to be in this episode. I want to see somebody on the wall. I want to see, or rip them apart like June did that commander in the woods, like she did Fred. I need to see some brutality as it relates to this dentist next episode. I just want some happenings to happen. Maybe Garth's true sinister nature will be fully revealed. Next episode, maybe his daddy will go from quadriplegic to talking, whispering in his ear. I don't know. I want something very interesting and exciting to happen next episode. I would love it if Agnes finally gets the realization of what this is. So I'm sure the weddings will be next week. That's what I feel like, because I'm like, we're doing all of our engagement parties. I think we'll be getting some weddings. But yeah, that's all I got. I don't know. Ugh.
Dumb.
I'm curious if because we got 2 episodes left, and I don't know if that's enough time. I don't know if I want to see Agnes, because the wake up call Agnes is going to get after she gets married is going to be ridiculous. But I don't know if I want that to be the last 2 episodes. Like, I need that to be like that's next season. But I don't know. I think that the fallout from whatever Daisy does is going to, yeah, I think it's going to shake. I don't know if it's going to shake Agnes. I don't know if it'll shake. I think Agnes is going to be a tough cookie to crack. The Gilead veneer, but I think that it'll wake somebody. It'll wake some more people up. I think the curtain is going to fall between like what Gilead is really about.
I think it's gonna be all bad because she didn't say like, oh, she never told me, not to trust those Pearl girls. But the way Daisy executed that ish, kudos to her. Snaps in a circle. It was like, man, I should have never trusted her. I can't believe she went over there and did that.
Well, because
Like,
I
girl,
think
what
she's
did
gonna out her. She's gonna expose that Agnes was a victim, that Hulda was a victim. Like all of that's gonna come out.
Oh,
All of that's gonna come out.
she's very like, you can't do those girls saying what you did to hold. Like, why you bring me over there? Why you take me over there with you? You was going to be a vigilante on your own accord. Why you dragging me outside? No, I'm uncamped and I'm unfit for marriage. No, just now they're trying to drag me. You will never hurt these girls again. Like what? Girl, this is not America. This is not
It's not
that.
Canada.
You can't come over here acting like that. Hopefully we leave that Canada at the door and she handles this in a Gilead fashion. I don't know, but from what we've seen, I don't have any faith.
I think we have to go over there because somebody said Aaliyah said she's on her island alone. Y'all didn't like Commander Weston. No, we saw his dossier. We saw his file. He's an abuser. He
We saw his
battered. He
beard.
had DV charges.
No, when
He
that
been to
man
jail.
said, what did
Between
he say?
Slapahoe's crimes.
Losing my child was the worst moment. Not
Not my wife.
you lost your child in your wife in childbirth, but losing that child was the worst moment of my life. He didn't mention that wife. He could give a damn.
Yeah, no, he's an abuser, recorded abuser. And that's what I'm interested because Daisy has an awareness. When she heard the name and Agnes at the table, it was like, ooh, I need to say something, but she hasn't even revealed that yet. So that'll have to come out too into play at some point.
But y'all, those were the Gilead Chronicles. We appreciate y'all for being here. Most definitely. This has been a wonderful time. Actually, I'm gonna come to you first to let the people know what you got going on because you be making all them videos.
We Are Jenny will be up tonight. If you didn't see that, that's the documentary about the woman with 2,700 altars who got justice for some horrible crimes that were committed against her. I also did a review for The Bear, the Gary episode that premiered earlier this month. That'll be up tomorrow. So please just make sure you're supporting the uploads and coming to the lives. We appreciate you. Oh, and it's my birthday, y'all, this weekend. So I'll be doing a check-in at some point this weekend to talk to you guys and talk to you about the plans for the new year and all of those things. But yeah, thank y'all for coming through. Thanks for supporting the live tonight.
Oh, child, the way that I cannot get Ashley off the screen. Dell, I'm going to come see you next. Let the people know what you got going on.
What's going on in cinematic pain? So come on over to the world of TikTok so we can make some people mad together. I saw Is Got Is, so we'll be talking about that. And Mortal Kombat 2, and next week there's Star Wars, and it's not gonna be good, and I'm gonna tell you why. So yeah, just come on by, and we're gonna talk about it.
They'll say, "Come on by the house, daddy down there fixing on the trip." Y'all, I just dropped my upload for this episode of the Testaments earlier today. I dropped the latest episode from the day before. And if I can gather myself enough to talk about the latest episode of Half Man, I will. Y'all, I'm tired. I am exhausted. Anybody who is watching Half Man, please leave your condolences down in the chat. Like, the way that show took me through there in the worst way. Magnificent writing, but Lord Jesus, the subject matter. I ain't never paused the show so much in my life. So if I drop a video for that, please go run it up and support it just for me gathering myself enough to even go and explore it. It was a lot. It was a lot, y'all. But we appreciate you guys so much for watching. Be sure to come back later if you have some hypes left and hype the video. And if this is your first time seeing somebody here, go and subscribe to their channel. We will definitely see you guys another day with more content. Y'all have a good night.
She was crying on my shoulder. All I could do was hold her. Only made us closer.